Yo, what up, Willie?
What's going on right here, man? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Chase. Thank you for inviting me to this lavish hole of the Chase Lounge.
Yeah, anytime, man, anytime. Happy to have you in, man. So, let's introduce yourself to the people. Obviously, like from the people who might watch Wake Up Woodward and stuff, that might be more familiar with you. But anyone who's new to not familiar with Wake Up Woodward, new to new viewer or anything like that,
Yep.
like. We got Willy B joining us in the studio, Uncle Willie. We got
what up,
hanging
what
out.
up? Right here.
So, yeah, Willie, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
From the heart of the city, Detroit, Michigan, Dexter Joe Road, raised, in the West Side, and I come from two-parent household. My father, my mother. My father was my late father was the electrician for the Detroit Water Plant for 30 years. And my mother was a court reporter in 36th District Court for 35 years. So coming from a hard-working family. So I came in my mom's room with a hammer and nail because my dad was an electrician. We went to houses and fixed stuff, troubleshooting, and my brothers. I got two brothers and three sisters and my oldest brother, from where I grew up with. He's like my brother. Like,
and you know how to do some electrical work as well.
Yeah, I've been doing that for 20 years, but
Yeah.
I did it full time. Grew up with my father. When we do electrician, we always study the theory first. Then we do the hands-on too, because my dad is a very gracious reader.
I gotcha. So you just you read it, put it in practice.
Yep, putting in practice because
Very cool.
I'm more of a visual worker, but reading. My father was real strict on reading and writing and learning comprehension.
Nice. What else have you done? What are some other jobs you've had growing up, Willie?
Let me go to a list. I was a stalker in the Eastern Market.
All right.
And I was a valet driver. I was a shuttle driver at the Enterprise for 3 years, and a car porter 2 more years at Enterprise running car service. I've been there since 2015, and I stopped in 2020 just to rejoin my brother, Thessel Wilson, and W3 Electric for 4 years, and then I had a bachelor's degree in East Michigan for broadcasting and an associate degree in broadcasting in Wayne County Community College because I was JUCO tough like you are.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm a Wayne County Community College alumni. That's where I learned my broadcasting from.
That's what's up.
So I've been doing that freelance video production in my 20s, and I did a lot of basketball games at Wayne County Community College for 14 years, and I did high school. So I've been around the sports area, a little bit everything for most of my life.
I got you. Yeah, then you went to Eastern Michigan, you said. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
When what years were you in Ypsilanti?
2011, 2018. Yeah.
Oh wow, so you
part-time.
I got you.
I was part-time.
Yeah, you living down there as well too. That's sick.
No.
Oh no, you just commute.
I commuted to Detroit on them years to Ypsilanti.
Damn, how many times a week you do that?
Oh, here's the system. I use 2 days because my favorite I like taking summer classes.
Oh, okay.
Summer classes like you having one class for 3 hours, and you got another class. You doing two. I try to use 2 classes per week, so I go there 2 days, and I did that for almost through my years in Eastern Michigan.
Okay.
So I used 2 classes, and I did part time because I don't have any scholarship. I didn't know FAFSA.
I got you. So you just kind of eating away at it little by bit.
That's why I know them 2 or 3 jobs.
Yeah, but hey, you got it done, man. Congrats. Hats off to you, man. That's awesome.
It's yeah, thank you. It's to be determined, because to be determined and not taking no for an answer. Because growing up in a public school system, I was a special educational student most of my life, and they give you labels like slow or special need or retarded or stereotypical.
Yeah.
So I define the stereotypical of I don't care what you gonna say, I'm going through this and I'm going to persevere and get my college degree. And that's when the young people say, oh, I got this, I got that. My father did not, or my mom.
Fuck yeah, Willie.
Yeah, that's a D, dog. My mom said, Dad, I don't give a damn. if you want to do something, you go out there, work hard for it, and you go get it. You persevere. Don't take no for an answer. When I went to Eastern Michigan, I failed college courses. I failed communications theory class. And man, when I say communications theory class was a pain in the ass, it's the most dumbest subject, but that's the most hardest subject for my minor.
Yeah.
The broadcaster one, I thought I wanted to take sports management because I want to be a sports agent, but you got to have a B+ to pass a course. I'm like, I had to go back to what I know at Wayne County Community College as a broadcaster. So I went to the broadcasting field. Piece of cake. TV production, radio, sound. The coolest thing is the TV station on Ford Hall.
Okay, yeah.
So I go to Ford Hall and do the TV production, but sometimes I had to go to work. But I go to the advanced television production class and audio production class. So it's all about the determination. You want something done, you got to go get it.
Hell yeah.
And I did a lot at Eastern Michigan when I worked at ESPN 3 in 2016 season. I did a full semester there. I did volleyball and basketball games with the Eastern Michigan, where Rob Murphy was coaching there.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna lie, the atmosphere at Eastern Michigan, I don't know disrespect to college campus, but some of them coaches, some of them like, oh my, I'm better. I'm a coach. You worship me. That was happening over there at Eastern Michigan.
Yeah.
And some of them are cool. It was cool folks. But I remember, I'm gonna tell you this one story. It was Mary Grove versus Eastern Michigan in an exhibit game. I went downstairs. The football down. It's a big conventional hall, which is now the George Gervin Game Center. Man, I went downstairs. That's a big long hall. That's where the football stadium at. It's attached to the football stadium. And that's all the football working. Big ass weight whatever. On the left side, basketball training workout. Basketball, the main stadium. And there is a training hall and a snack protein bar. They let me give me the fruit cups, the nuts that they give you. Every day was there. You just grab it and go.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for production. I didn't eat. So I grabbed me a fruit cup and some goddamn raisin snacks, man. And the strength competition coach, who was a fucking prick, came in this motherfucker, saw me act like he's fucking John Wayne, Billy Bad, and said, "Hey, this is for the athletes." I turned and looked at him. I said, "Hey man, yo, you talking to me?" "Yeah, this is for the athletes." Okay, they ain't that damn serious. I kept in my swoop. He act like I do so. But usually, I hate to say this, but on TV, but I always carry something in self-defense. So in that case, go ahead, go walk up on when you want to. Well, you got something to prove. I gotta do production. Walk out and get set up and doing my live production, because I have those big ass cameras. I was in the live production with my audio, and it was a little political around the campus area at Eastern Michigan, and it's real political in the sports area, because when you do broadcasting, you got the producer pick and choose if you going or not.
Yeah.
And I did a whole semester. That one time, it kind of turned me off when they called me. What you gonna pick? I picked the day. We about to play Long Beach State. So I go up there. I supposed to go at that right time. And after that, everybody was there. I said, I'll be the first one. I'll be the first one there. And last one out, because I love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
They did not let me know. But they did not let me know over there. And I said, I'm ready to produce, because I'm there. I'm excited. I want to go. And they kind of snubbed me in my position. I said, you want me to shout at somebody? They didn't say a word.
They just kind of like ignoring you?
Ignoring me. I'm gonna think about me acting in Detroit, acting up in the stadium. I said, I can't get arrested. Let me just chill out and act like, okay, no problem, business usual. I drove to Enterprise at the airport. That's where I work at.
Mm-hmm.
So going there, and so I was like, I went straight to work, because you wasting my time.
Yeah.
You going there wasting my time, and that's why I stopped. I stopped working for ESPN3 at Eastern Michigan because what they did was kind of dirty.
Yeah, they weren't including you in anything, just kind of like giving you the cold shoulder.
They gave me the cold shoulder, and I'm like, and they texted me, and they didn't call me. They texted me, but I called them. So that was quite an unprofessional day part.
Yeah.
So, but this was a learning experience, and I went through my degree program, and I graduated there. And I tell you, over there in East Michigan, it's a lot of weirdo. You talk about fun, be who yourself. They epitomize being who themselves. They show who they are. But the weirdo shit I see on campus, god damn.
Like what?
You can't be a masculine male in the campus talking to women, because back then most East Michigan be there on the news on some crime rate. They the only campus had a high crime rate around Ypsilanti. It's at Ypsilanti. That's like
it's the city.
It's a city. It's like in a small town, but this is the hood. Somebody broke in and stuff like that. You can't talk to the ladies. They look at you like, he harassed me. There goes Title IX. Title IX is a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, they just sexist towards male, to straight males, and like, you can't be yourself. You can't try to interact with people. So I gotta stay on my toes over there, and you can't, and if you're in an alternate lifestyle, you're more accepted, which is cool. And you dress. I see people dress, folks dress like what they want to like. I saw a guy dressed like Yoshi of the Mario Brothers.
The little green dinosaur?
Yes, the little green dinosaur. And I saw a guy walking in the campus with no shoes. I call him No Feet. In my class, he walks barefoot.
He just has no shoes on.
Only when it's raining. He walks bare feet in campus.
I bet he has really tough feet, and I bet you he has incredible, like the shape of their foot is probably like perfect.
Oh man, balls on the feet, nothing. I was like, god damn, you got no castles, no hard ass.
Yeah, like their toes are probably really nice and spread. Like I'm just thinking, like from a running aspect, like I'm like, oh wow, like the best runners are usually like the people from Africa who like like they have like the really tough feet because they run barefoot a lot. Running barefoot's really good for your feet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it just toughens them up. So then when you like run with shoes on, it's just like it's so much softer. And it's like so good, like, but yeah, it just really toughens up your feet, gives you like stronger balance and all that. It's really, yeah.
Oh man, I got that. That was fun. That was fun. And I saw a guy in my audio production class. He's about 6'4", looked like a big fat nerd. He reminds me of Dilbert.
Dilbert?
Yes.
The cartoon?
A live ass Dilbert. And I used to fuck with him in the game. It's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm doing fine, Miss William, Mr. Baker. We used to get our riffs with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, over there at campus, and I was like, oh, everybody want to be themselves, right? I rock the most craziest t-shirts at times. I rock a t-shirt, why I'm single. 1, too picky. Not the right one. Dick's too big, might kill someone. When I rock that shit openly, since everybody said, hey, I love my lifestyle, I saw a guy say I'm a male feminist. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rock this shirt.
Yeah, you want to rock your lifestyle.
All right, your lifestyle. They did not embrace me. They think I'm a misogynist, sexist.
Yeah. Rules for we, not for thee, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I said I didn't care. That's why I didn't like it. I was not in the I was in the communication department when it was more openly in alternative lifestyle. But you carry yourself with, I like pussy and stuff like that, which I did. I wrote a t-shirt said, you saw me last time, world best dick.
Yeah, you had the trophy.
I got a t-shirt said, pussy, the most expensive meal you ever tasted. I ruffle a lot of feminists in that campus wearing that.
I hear what you're saying, Willie. You're basically saying, like, they want you to, like, be yourself authentically and accept people for who they are, but only if you're like them, more or less. Not necessarily, but I get what you're saying. You're like, hey, like, I'm just because I disagree with or like we disagree doesn't mean I can't be my authentic self. We just disagree with each other.
Exactly. Yeah, I said that's kind of diabolical, man. That's okay. You know, you live and you learn. But it's like, oh my God, hey, this guy he just word that. I'm so offended. I said, lady, you probably sell pussy on the weekends, man. Get your couple dollars in. Let's be straight up. It's okay. It's okay. Be who you are. Embrace who I am. So I'm embracing who I am. So it's what it's what it is. And
Hell yeah.
when I finally, man, I got one teacher that set me, and I talk to him this day, named Raymond Quayle. I call Horseman Quayle. He was weird as hell. He didn't care where he wore. He dressed like Richard Petty.
Oh, okay.
Yep, he dressed like Richard Petty on Halloween.
Nice.
And he was openly good guy, great, awesome guy. Now we talk to this day, and he always do something just because I blur out some shit in classroom. He said let's talk about no offense. Let's talk about transgender for our communications today. I say, what you mean, man dressed like bitches? Not like that. William, let's work on our cursing. Or let's work on our cursing today. I said, fuck yeah, let's do it. Oh, I used to say about communication class. I use a lot of, I've been around the city.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a lot of them not used to the underworld, the environment I was in. Mm-hmm. When I was in Detroit, you see a lot of things. And man, when you see a lot of things, you brought that in campus. Some people in the Detroit area try to pretend they somebody they not. And when they go to college campus, they like, yeah, just don't bring your inner city tactics. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, like, don't be who you are.
Yeah.
And that's what people say. They try to pretend in college. They try to be more ethic, which is understandable, be more intellectual. But I'm from Dexter Joe Road. You can take like this old saying, you could take the animal out the jungle, but you can't keep an animal keep an animal out of it. You know what I mean? That mentality is still there, but I'm just be who I am, but more intellectual. So.
I hear what you mean. Yeah, I honestly, I think the best people, Willie, are the people who are unapologetically themselves, and I definitely think that's who you are. As I've gotten to know you just over the time, just being in the studio and whatnot. So, I think it ends up paying off for those type of people who just, like you said, just embrace who they are.
Yep.
And it's like, it's like, I don't know, it's just like, one of these like hats or something like down here. It's just like, yeah, like you can pick it up and put it on, or you can not. It's up to you. It's just like. Different strokes, different folks.
Exactly, and then it's more. When I learned there, it's more accepted. But I had more fun in a community college than a university.
I hear you. I loved community college.
Community college, man.
People dog it, but it's the best.
It's the best.
It's the best.
They give you more what the university offers. When I come from JUCO, Wayne County Community College, I'll be in downtown Detroit. I'll be in the Eastern campus. And we didn't have much, but when we use what we have, we make epic quality work.
Yeah.
That determination, they help you more. The professors help you more. Over there in the university, they took this one writer from university. They took away the good teachers who are compassionate to learn, who were willing to help them. I remember she was my tutor when my first year at Eastern Michigan after transferring to Wayne County Community College, and my writing was not off the par, and she helped me so diligently. And when she left, I was heartbroken because I was passing my class, I was passing my grade. She helped me.
Yeah, she was helping you out so much. Yeah.
Then others, when she left, I started failing the class, and I was trying, and that's why I think I try, and you got to have good teachers to help you keep the interest. It matters.
Really, at community college, I had one of my math teachers who just kind of like felt so bad for me because we took the first test and I did really bad. I think I got like a 55%. Really, like I'm not good at math.
Happens.
I'm not good at math. And then we took the next test and I did even worse. And she was just like, I was like talking to her about it afterwards, and she was like, yeah, I don't understand it. She's like, I looked through all your work, like all of your homework assignments and stuff like that. She's like, you're doing all of the work. It's just like, for whatever reason, like it just doesn't click. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'm not like, this is not easy for me. And I would I'd come into her office hours and like put in all this work. And I think she kind of gave me a passing grade and would like bump up my scores enough because she was just like, yeah, I think this is something he's just not good at, no matter how hard he tries.
Yep.
So why don't we just kind of like push this little baby bird along, because this isn't what he's trying to do. This is just something like, this is just a hoop they're making him jump through. So I was just like very grateful. I don't remember her name, which is pretty bad. I usually try to remember all my teachers, but what's up, Brian? But yeah, I mean, that I hear what you're saying. Like the people who help you a lot, like it goes a long way.
Yeah, exactly. And when these you get community college, they will help you more than the university. And the university has some teachers that really meant well and they're willing to work. They push in the way, and that's a political. Because one thing about community college, they don't have, like I say, they don't have much when it comes to it. But when they work and they show the knowledge, and we take it there. If we take our JUCO tough. That's a terminology for sports. We took our JUCO tough mentality to the 4-year university because we got a lot to prove every time we transfer. Because they think universities, people at junior college are not that bright. And once we come in our work ethic, we come our determination to pass your class.
I used to get so pissed off because I graduated from community college. I got like my degree from Jackson College.
Yep.
And after I graduated that whole summer, like all my family, like mostly my mom and dad and stuff, they'd be like, "Are you gonna go finish your school? Like, are you gonna go finish your?" And I'd get pissed. I'd be like, I graduated. I have a degree." I was like, "You've never done this." I was like, "Nobody in our family's done this. So why don't you kiss my ass?" It's like back off, back off a little bit. It's like if I go back, it will be for another one. I was like, I've already got one degree. I don't like the fact that you're disrespecting and demeaning this accomplishment. I value my community college degree more than anything. Like nobody in my family has ever gotten something like that. Like my immediate family, that was the first. Like my sister went to Central as well, and she graduated, I think a semester before me, or like maybe a year before me. I can't remember exactly, but her ceremony, like they were like, you know, stand up if you're the first, like if you're the first person to graduate from Central in your family, and they'd be like, if you're the first person to like graduate in your family, blah blah blah. And then when I graduated, the same thing. They were like, hey, if you're stand up if you're the first person in your family to graduate from CMU. And I stayed seated because my sister already graduated. But then they were like, stay seated if you're or stand up if you're the first person in your family to graduate from college. And I stood up, and my friend's parents, who we went out to eat with afterwards, they asked me about. They're like, you sat down and you stayed seated for, are you the first person to graduate from CMU? But you stood up for the first person to graduate from college. And I told them, yeah, I graduated from community college first. I was the first degree anyone in our family ever got from college. And my sister did not stand up when they asked if she was the first person to graduate from college. But she did stand up when they said, are you the first person to graduate from CMU? Because those two things, like, while strange, but true. So I know what you mean. Like, community college is a shit. I love Jackson College. Yeah. I've said it multiple times. Like, I will chant JETS, Jets, man. They got a fighter plane in the
I went there, recorded, and they got some dorm rooms now.
Yeah,
they got 4 dorm
rooms.
Spent
a night in there. Willie, I fell in love with a little Vietnamese girl, foreign exchange student. I got a little dry handy from her one time.
All right, here you go. Sure, you got me. Hey man, you gotta look at that. I shoot my shot. There goes Title 9 or the folks after my ass.
Title IX, by the way, is supposed to just cover gender equality and reflect the population of like say there's 55 total females at a school that make up the entire student body, and 45% of the student body population is male. That's supposed to be reflective in their sports programs.
Yeah.
Whether that be male or female, it doesn't actually specify like that women need more or men need more. It's just a gender equality thing based on the numbers of the student body. So I think maybe we start to see like a shift in Title IX or a reframing of what Title IX is. But we don't got to keep diving into that.
Oh yeah, man, I ain't gonna dive into that. So it's just, hey man, it's just like you just gotta understand. But hey, you get lucky, you don't. But the best part about it is that, man, you get the experience. The best experience is walk across that stage.
Hell yeah, facts.
2018, when I walk across the stage, I just like, my father had a heart attack 2 months. And I thought he was about to transcend it, and he recovered, and I was concerned because I was about to graduate, but he got recovered, and all the family there. My mom was there, my brothers, both of my brothers was there, and my sisters came.
Oh yeah.
And my friend who I used to record, Al White, who's now who's in high school at Cody High School right now. He took a picture of my photos of when I graduated college. It was the most surreal moment ever.
Oh yeah.
All the students, it was hot as hell. Let me tell you this. It was hot as hell.
Was it inside or outside?
It was inside because it was in December.
Oh, okay. So they're the heat cranks.
He got the heat crank. That motherfucker hot. I had me my Neil Brown sweater with the slacks on it.
Gotta get all dressed up.
I got to get in there with the top coat and that bitch. I was like smooth operator right there. I get my cap and gown. I was like, I look at myself like, I did it.
Hell yeah.
When you did it, everything comes. I did not act. Oh, how you doing? I see the first brother in the with the PhD outfit. I dapping up like I'm on Joe Rogan Dexter in the liquor store. What up, my man? What's happening, man? I made it.
Hell yeah, you're eagle forever, Willie. Keep flying, man. Fly
you, man.
forever, bro. Hell
Thank
yeah,
you, man. It's like you gotta be determined what you want to do. Be determined. If I don't care what your label is, what you got, what going through, keep going, keep working hard, never give up. I'm an example. You're an example. We all example. Let's make the most of it.
Hell yeah. I think that's a great way to wrap it up today, Willie. I don't know a better, like, more inspirational and motivating way to wrap up and head into the weekend, man. So, hey, shout out, fly Eagles fly, go Jets, 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 and most of all, fire up chips and fuck the Broncos too. So hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. We'll see you alligators later.
All right, peace. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you for inviting me, bro.
Of course, man. Anytime you want to come back.